all I'm saying is,
It's a lot of steps.
Right.
I can send that
You
to
can-
her each time.
yeah, every time you get some information from them, because then we're all on the same page.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
I have every one of them, but.
I know,
all-
but
I'll forward to
I
her.
need a group email, so when you send it. I'm not saying that somebody in the state won't reply only to you, but if they reply to all, it automatically comes to them. Every communication you send, just put Jessica as it's CC,
right,
and hopefully they respond. A lot of times people don't.
Yeah.
But if you get an email back, if I gotta do is check and see that it come over to me, it did, then you just forward that email. Back to Jessica, it's for the same reason if somebody comes in and wants. Ask her a question. She can give them the same answer as if somebody came in and asked you. What
Correct.
the permit you did. Did something with it. Well, we still don't know. She would have the same answer, so if they went both places, they both have the same answer.
right,
It's ridiculous, but that's, I mean, it's just.
like,
But it makes
CYA?
us look a little more organized to them, and we gotta play the game, you know?
I don't know,
Well,
I think
that's
having one person handling it for all of us, so we don't all have to know and feel confident about the person that's handling it. You know,
Most
I
do.
understand that the thing is recording or should be recording what we're doing, and so should the video. And so I think that's part of our record per se, but having to go through, you know, I don't want 1,000 emails in my email.
Well, I don't want them.
Okay.
And Norm just said it was going to.
And I agree, these two up here should be doing it, but you're also saying that each individual committee member, no, that's what I heard. Each individual committee member also needed to get that information, which I think is foolish. You know, if you would need to know, go and talk to those people and get the answer.
As long as both are.
That's pretty simple, but really, if we have citizens asking us questions about what we're doing, we don't know. Right? We
We
have.
don't know where we are in the steps.
We have a map that you should be handing them and say, here's the areas in which we're planning on doing in the next 10 years. That's what we know. What do we know beyond that?
that's, and our answer to them would be the state. We're waiting on the state, because
There you go.
99% of the time.
There you go. And see, you already know those answers.
I would like to just say, as a board, you should know just as much as George and I.
I
It
do
is
agree
fine.
with that.
So giving them a map and saying, this is what I know is probably not the best. Because as a board member, they're gonna be like, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
Correct?
If you're on-
If I go and tell them the wrong thing that changes at the next meeting, that's foolish too.
That's usually my response to anybody that wants to know, is like, let's start out, there's a monthly meeting or.
Yes.
That's the best answer.
And it's, all the information is on the website. That's the most up-to-date information as of, because I didn't go to the last meeting, so now I was here in March, but not May. My information is back in March.
But you did get the minutes, correct?
Now,
Cause I sent out minutes to everybody.
I didn't get it, that meeting notice till yesterday,
That's when I got.
so that's when I got updated what happened. Okay?
I sent out draft minutes to everybody.
I got it this week, but I didn't get anything prior.
Yeah, like right after that meeting, I sent out draft minutes to
don't
everybody,
think I
not
have.
out
I'm
the,
not sure if I did. Did you? I'll look back at my stuff.
That's part of those 1,000 you said.
Yeah, oh,
and then moving forward, because I have to be in the office a lot. I was hoping to have a village representative, like when you go and have meetings out wherever the state makes you go. I would like to have a village representative, and I had spoke to Brent. Because he knows a lot about this, he knows about soils, he knows about businesses, so I was hoping if Brent would be.
Yeah.
You know, up to it, that he could go out in my place when you're out in the field.
Yeah, I would do that. My biggest takeaway from the last meeting that I thought was, and especially when I talked to him, so I asked him about an island for shooting fireworks off. He's like, well, we're not gonna let you build an island to shoot fireworks off. I'm like, well, it's for safety, for the flow of traffic, for what you might have a point there. And what the thing I got was, they're not in the business of saying no, but you have to ask and say the right things. Cause they're just checking a box so they don't have fire. So they might get their box.
Yeah, I need to say.
Make waves, so, I mean, I don't have a problem if you guys gave me the authority to do it, I can just call Randy and be like, you know. We screwed up, but we didn't write down the shit you know, told us to say, what are the steps that we needed to do? We thought the meeting was being recorded, it wasn't, like,
Well, I mean,
like, you know,
if he will give you. I mean, they all know how to fill out a permit to get around things.
yeah.
Yes.
Right, that is what I got
Have a
from
personal
him.
relationship with them to get
Yeah, that's correct.
the answers you want.
You check all his little boxes, they say yes, but you gotta figure out their little.
Where the
issue
boxes
code
are.
here. Yeah, you gotta figure out their code,
It's no really phone problem.
yeah.
So can I clarify then? So George will include you in all emails, all communication, you will always get that.
And I'll include him.
Oh, yeah. both
So that way
ways.
we know what stage it's at.
Yes, absolutely. And then,
Expeditiously.
and then if there needs to be a visit or something, Brent will be the person that will be responsible for that.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
So-
You know, he knows what we have to have
Oh,
for,
I know.
you know, documentation, so he can bring that back and we can, you know, or he can put it in an email.
And it isn't bad. He has a relationship with Randy either,
Correct.
both of them,
Yeah,
Correct.
true.
because they're both pulling the same operator, you know,
Yeah.
pulling the cart the same direction.
I've dealt with him before a couple of times, like I
Yeah.
dealt with him to get my direction for a minute. That's a lot simpler thing, but you like, it's like to go on Eagle's website and like do all the shit, it's a bunch of pointless, stupid work, but you have to jump through the hoops, it's just.
Correct.
You gotta follow the red tape, and you gotta just do what they say. If you miss one little step, they just reject it, and you gotta figure out why, so it's tedious and it's dumb,
It's something to look at.
but there is a path to get to where we need to go,
When you do it a lot, it gets easier.
yeah.
Right. But. All makes sense to me, and anybody else have any discussion?
Probably doesn't behoove you to go call anything stupid, cause it's got rules in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's the asking now?
You know.
When I,
You
Brent,
still gotta go
when
through
we talk about that, if I'm going to a park associated to a permit that we're going to issue, is that, you would wanna come with me to that? Or is that what you would expect?
Right, just so you guys can hash out the whys and I'll know why when somebody comes back to me.
If
I
that's
mean-
something to do with dredging, not
Right.
going to a weed whack.
Yeah,
I mean,
only if it has to do with dredging.
What, cattails?
Yeah, all that, yeah, I didn't see shit.
I'll buy a brand new weed whacker. It's cool, since we're not being recorded.
Someone believe Randy has.
I did get it to work. It is recording.
Oh, thanks.
It's on now.
It is recording.
Oh, darn.
Well, you're the weed whacker, we need Roundup.
Do we need a motion to do that and that, or do we not?
Nah,
No, okay.
that's
I
just,
didn't know.
I would just make a formal statement.
it's a procedure.
Okay,
Okay,
if you want a formal statement, I just like both of you guys to be on all communications back and forth. And the same with Brent, if there's a Randy or anybody at Eagle's gonna meet about the dredging
okay.
at any location for dredging. That he's, you know, we'd like him to be there to be a third party
Okay.
to hear the same things.
I have a conference call bridge too, so if we need to have a phone call with him, we could just use my conference call bridge as well. Like multiple, like, it could all be on there.
Remember, we can't do that because of Opens Meetings Act, but
Why, you guys aren't on the board?
all, like you meant the three of us,
The
yeah.
three of us,
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
meant like all of them, yeah,
Yeah, we don't have a
no,
quorum,
perfect,
yeah.
perfect, yes, yes, the three of us could all be on that call, yeah.
Okay, no more questions about the last meeting? Okay, George, I'm up to speed on the testing, but I'll let you.
Hey,
Speak.
John came down and said we'll finally get out there and grab some samples, put the waders on, didn't use a boat, put the waders on. Jarred everything up, pre-labeled it all. And took it to Norm, he had one of his folks pick it up, one of his guys, and delivered it to Brighton last week. And they called me and went down the list of everything, so they understood what I needed on all the test points.
You should, it was all filled out.
It was on that, plus it was on the top of the jar. So, so they understand what we needed. And then I got the call today, which I told you guys that they should have got paid before they do any work, and I said, no, it didn't work that way, we got an account. So now they've had some people change hands.
They're not, there's no delay right now.
No,
So the testing is done for what areas?
It's not done, it's just been delivered to this.
delivered.
Yeah, tests have been taken, they have not, no results yet,
Right,
for which area? East side.
one column and one base and PAH on one test point in South Park, that would be test point 6. PAH on 5 other test points in South Park, in the Bay. 1 PAH in Park.
Only one for there because the area is smaller.
Well, see, that's the one I didn't get back. I submitted it, but I didn't get it back. I got 1 through 5, but I didn't get number 6. I got 6 test point columns and bases, just no PAH and BOD on number 6. And then I went up to Birdie and took 2 complete samples there. Column, base, 2 of those, and then also requested PAH and BOD on those 2. So it was a full case. Was there 16 jars?
It's a big box.
16 jars in a case, so there's 16 tests that are gonna be running.
So did they give you a reason why you didn't get the 1 back, 6 back?
Well, nobody knows, it just disappears.
Isn't there one of those EODs or whatever that wasn't required it, was sent in some of the samples before? Something.
Since we're being recorded, we're not gonna discuss that right now.
Randy did say they had lost, the state had lost.
Yeah.
And they also
Yeah.
came back and said that they hadn't required it before, but now they are. That what he
Yeah, I
stated
didn't
that
used to have
directly
to
in the
do that.
meeting.
I'm just wondering what happens next year if they have another.
But they just moved.
Supposedly, I
Yeah,
think
but
Randy
here, they laid it on-
say that they were working on that, like they were figuring out how to make that not happen any longer.
He said that he would get. Send a letter, or I don't know what they do, put pressure on the labs, the private labs. To make sure that all the test requirements by a customer
Yes.
are followed and sent back. So,
So just for my own remembrance, they said plus the samples, the testing data back and sent it to Lansing.
no, they send all those results back to me. And, which is another document I'll share with her. And there is a ton of data out there. You get the charts, you have to look through each sample on each test point, look and cross-reference to the chart to look at your levels of everything. And then
Maybe
you
they
get,
don't send it back to you as well. So you get sent-
well, no, you submit those with the permit. So you've got,
Customer ships it with.
so you take all that, your package, when you start doing with permits with that, this isn't. Yes, yeah. It's gonna be about this thick. To
Yeah,
scan
I
in,
imagine it is.
in a certain place on that permit. And, they'll
It
have
just seems
it,
like from the normal functioning brain, that if they got they got the material tested back to them directly, then now they have a copy of it, just like we would, and it could, and never, ever, we cannot say we would, but anybody that ever had a dredge test done could alter something, give it to them, say it's all good. How do you think that would be required by the receiving?
oh, by coming back,
Place for them to lose the test.
Like you already did.
This goes with. The permit, it's all together, they get it separate, and then George. Sends it in, because they already got the test, they say, I didn't get that. People couldn't put the testing against the job. They couldn't, they can't keep track of our test. That's why it's not done. They can't keep track of what they're doing. It's obvious.
So the testing is being tested, the samples are being tested, we'll have 2 weeks maybe, or
yeah, I'd say probably with the holiday, they told me they're taking Friday off this week. But they're gonna try to get the BOD and PAH done this week, so that, you got, what, 2 more days?
Okay.
But the actual heavy metals, the 9 heavy metals in each of the other test points. That'll probably take them right to the middle, 10 days into July anyway, middle of July.
Okay. So now we're back to the river restoration application, we kind of beat that horse before I order. But yeah, I'm hoping your guys' suggestions, but I don't see the sense of redoing or trying to update that permit.
No update, it's brand new.
I don't want to submit it until I see the ground. or hopefully see the ground beater driving.
And the difference is on this one, the last one was a $500 permit, this one's $1,200.
Just because it's mechanical and not hydraulic,
Or major, minor.
It's a major.
but why is it major, when we're not gonna do as many cubic yards?
You got me there. I don't know.
I thought before, I
Arbitrary
thought major
rules.
was above a certain cubic yards. So if
No.
we take 20 yards out around the island, it's a major permit.
If it's, it depends on the impact, it has to do with something on the impact of how many people have to be notified. Cause on like, every person that lived along the river, I had to send in all their contact, where they live, their phone numbers and all that, on every name. So that Eagle can mail them a letter. And they get a chance to respond, yay or nay, no, you know.
They wouldn't do that regardless whether it was mechanical or hydraulic.
No, they have to do, I think they have to do it on both. But that's the procedure, and that's why it takes 90 days. But I don't know what the rule is, major or minor. I don't know, if you read it, it doesn't flow.
The cubic yardage was a permitting thing. From before, I understand, we're dealing with arbitrary rules that change continuously.
Yeah, that was my only question. I don't.
I mean, we can ask them and get back to you.
Yeah, because like I said, I thought it was X amount of cubic yards was, even if you're a homeowner, it's minor because it's small cubic yards. So. 3 dump trailers on a bit of an island, I don't think that's.
Don't play poker with
Exactly.
Okay, so we're all in agreement to let that go until we see the bottom.
So we got,
them.
yep.
Need to have a motion on that, Jessica?
No,
All right, anybody have any additional comments or discussions?
I have one comment, Nick. Randy, additional where you mentioned. Can't mess with the cattails. In my opinion, if not, several areas. That's all filled in with sediment and cattails are growing, now I can't touch it. No sense in dredging.
Well, yeah, I won't waste money. if we can't do it, so.
So, but there's another. Faction of people. That deals with nuisance. And this one type of cattail is a nuisance. And you can get permits to eradicate it. So I think we need to go to some of those areas where the cattails are heavy. Identify which is, if they're nuisance, and if they are, get a permit and get rid of them, so when it comes time to dredge, you don't have no cattails.
I got a better idea of that, guys, down during the water down this winter,
Getting rid of them is
they'll
right.
disappear. In the areas that,
Well, I agree with Bill, if they have a separate,
But you can't walk there.
well, the areas they took pictures of, that'd be a no-no, but there's areas that. Once you.
if they said there's
Drop the
if
water.
they said, I think we should identify them, that just gives us an idea of what we can. Get a permit for and spray or which wag.
Let me do this, let me throw this out. Why don't we talk to, what if I talk to our spray applicator and see if his permit covers spraying cattail?
Or invasive cattails.
Or invasive species, just,
So George, can you,
If their permit applies to that,
Why can't they do it?
yeah,
if you wanna send, you and Jessica wanna send an email to Randy or whoever and say. We think we have some invasive cattails. Who should we contact about getting a permit to remove those?
he spoke, yeah, he gave that to us in the last meeting, because he's the one that brought up the different types of cattails. And said, that's not our department, this is who you need to contact
So
for that.
I would
But
suggest we contact him, and maybe he must come look, maybe he wants me to take a picture of that cattail, you can tell him a picture.
But I think what George is saying is, we may not have to go to that other department if your spray company has already got the permit to do it, if they're already.
So you're gonna check with them.
Actually, all of the spray companies should be on board with.
They have to have a license.
Yeah, they have to have the license, but they should be on board with how to get rid of the invasive cattails. And
Contact
how,
him.
and how that application works.
contact him and include Jessica and see.
Number seven, and who else? And we gotta put it out for bid. Separate. Association.
I mean, find out if they can do that, if they're licensed to do that, they wanna do it. And then give us some. Your guesstimate of what it is.
Well, see, here's. We talked about the communication and stuff. That's where I would pick up my phone, cause I got their numbers right here, and I call them direct and say, hey, are you guys allowed to spray cattails?
Well, I don't care if you wanna call them,
You see what I mean?
yeah, but if you wanna call them. Then all you have to do is say, you send an email back to him and then you include Jessica and say, per our conversation today. You
Do it
said,
that way?
you
Okay,
can. Find out if these are, invasive and you can treat them. So that she knows if someone comes in and says, where do we stand on getting rid of these invasive weeds?
If we catalog those areas. And the one we have currently isn't spraying for them, we may have to put it out in bid to get.
We haven't asked them to spray. No one's ever asked. It's all been, it's all been,
I have no idea if he's.
no, we-
But this would be our first step. This would be our first step is to contact Savin to see.
we've
if
asked them to
it's-
treat them.
And then we can come back at another meeting and decide where we want.
Sure, there's rules about. Certain times of year, or certain, whatever.
The only time you can kill cattails with spray is September, you use 240.
What I mean is that, well, I'm sure the county doesn't, the county does, no, but.
County does, he does.
No, that's not, that's what it counts. Don't want to rule like that.
Okay.
That's what it's sprayed.
Make that phone call, George.
The
Let
guy
us
that
know what we
sprays
found
are
out.
all right.
So now we're on to the next meeting date, which I think we need to have. Our testing data back.
Maybe the third week of. Don't have a calendar.
Probably like the first week of August.
August, you said?
That gives them a little extra time with the holiday and their busy schedule.
Yeah, we got the picnic coming up.
Yep. And when's your annual meeting?
That's in August, third Saturday in August. We could do it the week of the 27th, last week of July.
Okay.
You guys all right with that?
I don't, you have, that's, I guess.
27th is a Monday.
July 27th?
July.
He said
Sometime that week, yeah.
last week of July.
Yeah.
We'll do it like the 28th or something, Tuesday.
Tuesday works, but anything done Tuesday, I gotta be done break for 4 weeks culture.
On Tuesday.
Tuesday's my last day open,
So would Monday be better?
either one.
Either one.
The day you guys
So the 27th or 28th?
Let's go
Of
with the
July.
28th. Mondays are usually tough.
At 4 o'clock again.
Where do we establish? 28th or the 27th?
Brett, what are you coming out on that 20th, good for you?
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't matter, right? So if we did the 28th, we're gonna do it at 4, is that? Our agreed upon time.
That's what we had.
Okay.
Other than the 10 o'clock in the morning.
So July 28th at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Okay, 4:46.